Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here again at ICP, double checking a couple of key factors here. Just to preface though, we're still within this range. We got rejected by this upper level here at roughly 1250, and we have since retested that $12 even mark down below. So 12 to 1250, really just at that point where we need to break free from this range in order to establish a direction. If we do break down, keep in mind, it probably wouldn't be all that bad because there's a lot of support in this range. It's not much of a shelf, all things considered. While I'd welcome a lower price point to average down a spot bag, this is still nothing to really overly concern ourselves with. And again, it's probably like, why in the heck is it not working? Why is it not going up? Well, there's just tons of selling pressure, folks, and whales are whales for a reason. So let's take a look here at the overall price action. We can see once again, as per usual, low leverage, not low leverage, but a lot of leverage just below this lower price point, and a lot of leverage just above the most recent high. Okay, so we're kind of squeezed in this range. Range-bound activity always gives you these kind of results, which is exactly why the price shoots in either direction, typically once it breaks free from one of those ranges. So again, at this point, too early to presume, but we are closer to the downside. There's a possibility we'll see that lower level swept. But we also got to recognize too that lower level getting swept would possibly be a good thing, so it could just allow the price action to recover and come back up quicker. Either way, we're close to that lower level, so just be mindful of that. If you are new to the channel, I do ask you a quick favor. Hit the like button, comment below. I always try to ask that if possible, just to help grow the channel, get this in front of more people. Thank you very much for doing that. Take a look here at the daily time frame. Let's recognize a couple of things here first. Let's look at the bigger picture and just kind of look at this most recent, ever since, April 13th. It's easy to remember it's the 13th, and it was a pretty bloody red day. But ever since then, we've seen the price action jump up and down quite significantly, but now we're kind of working ourselves into a tighter range. So that tighter range, thankfully, is right here at this point of control. So more recently, $12.05 seems to be the most interested level for this coin. In other words, people want to buy the most at this level, and we can see there's a lot of buying pressure there. So having said that, that just kind of reaffirms that's somewhat of a support level. But don't mistake it by any means. We're below every single moving average minus the 200. 200 is good, don't get me wrong. It's very nice to be above that. It's like a last line of defense. So not great depending on how you think about it. Take a look here, of course, at Stochastic on the daily. It is still swinging down. We've lost 50 on the RSI, unlike stronger coins right now, Bitcoin, Solana, I think AVAX. They're all maintaining above 50 on the RSI on the daily. Okay. ICP's been below that for a while. So until we get over that level, back up above this descending trend line, we have no reason to consider a long position. I know it sounds crazy and weird, but at this point, it just doesn't make a ton of sense. So to me personally, I would not invest in ICP unless you want to consider a spot bag investment. That's a different story. That's actually a true investment. But when it comes to leverage to the upside, there's no reason to do that. You're really just risking it for no reason. We're below all moving averages here on the 4-hour time frame as well. We can also see too that RSI is pretty low under 50. MACD is trying to diverge but hasn't yet. Stochastic is swinging up a little bit, so we might have a bit of a relief rally here, but that's what range-bound activity does. Constantly tricks you into thinking that things are okay when it's really not. So me personally, I don't touch coins like this with a 10-foot pole because of that reason. And it's no disrespect to the coin. Obviously, fundamentals are a different story, but at this point here, from a technical standpoint, it makes no sense to do that. I do have a previous playout chart potential here if the price had broken free from this range. That's what would have happened. We're looking for a closure at 1250 or higher. That's really the end-all be-all here. Furthermore, too, we want to be back up above the cloud. But once more, when you're in range-bound, the cloud gives you a lot of false positives. So again, not really all that trustworthy. So me personally, until we close above 1250 for just say 24, 48 hours, I'm not going to be worried or considering a trade of this coin. While we have a nice solid support range below us, that's not a reason to buy into anything, really. It is nice to know that. It's a consolation. If the price goes much lower, it'll still probably hold. But it doesn't mean that you just take a long blindly with 100x leverage because some idiot online told you to do that. I'm referring to most other communities because unfortunately I hear a lot of people get destroyed when they come over to mine. We do 5x leverage on average, between 4 to 6 leverage average per trade for my altcoins, and then Bitcoin is the only coin at ever 10x, just because we find tighter ranges to work within. Anyways, all I'm getting at here is low leverage, low position size if you insist on taking a long position. Hypothetically, the price should come up to 1250 because it's range bound, and that's generally what it does. But we are also retesting this lower level and this lower range more frequently than I would like. So there's a solid chance we could see the price action drop down to sweep this lower level here at the 1180, 1190 mark. Just some food for thought there, folks. Whatever you do, just be careful and do not risk the entire portfolio. No more than 5% per trade total. Okay, I always recommend that too. That's what low position size implies. You do not take high leverage, high position sizes. It just doesn't make any sense. Thanks again so much for watching, folks. Like the video, comment below. Join us on Twitter, Telegram, Discord, now TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Check them out, folks. It's a lot of fun. I provide that at least daily. Okay, so appreciate you watching. Hope you have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks again.